Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is C Mama. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you've seen my face before or you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by again. So today I want to talk about something that I've not seen. I really searched on YouTube and try to see if there's anyone talking about this, but really there isn't anyone talking about it. And this may be largely because there aren't a lot of people who are living this experience that I'm currently living now. So that's why I want to take out the time to talk about this. And what are we talking about today? Quebec. Say what? Yes, Quebec. You heard me correctly. So that's Quebec. So Quebec is a province in Canada, and that is where I reside with my family. So today I decided to bring you Quebec as I've lived it, as I know it, and just to tell you about this great province, this beautiful province, and all it's about as I've experienced so far. So like I mentioned in my previous video, we moved to Canada in 2019, and the plan was to settle down in Ottawa, which we did in the beginning for a couple of months. But then due to reasons beyond our control, I'll say fate, I'll say, I don't know. But somehow we found ourselves in Gatineau. So Gatineau is a city that shares a border with Ottawa, and Ottawa is in Ontario. So Gatineau is just 15 minutes. Well, some part of Gatineau is like 10 minutes away from Ottawa. So you would really say that Gatineau is the next door neighbor of Ottawa. Gatineau is in Quebec. Ottawa is in Ontario. So we lived in Ottawa for a few months, and then we moved to Gatineau in Quebec. And that's where we've been staying for about 2 years now. Over 2 years, I would say. All right, so today I'm going to be talking about Gatineau, my beautiful city. I'm going to be talking about childcare, healthcare, education, work. I'll also be talking about being Anglophone in a 95% Francophone city. And I would also be talking about how we settled in, what the neighbors are like, and I can also take Q&A at the end of this video if there is anyone that has any questions. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So a lot of people have questions about if it's possible to settle down in Quebec if you haven't come in through the Quebec skilled immigration program. Well, the answer is yes, big yes. So we were worried in the beginning about this, because I remember when we were processing our permanent residency, it specifically asked us, one of the questions is, do you plan to settle down in Quebec? So in the beginning, that wasn't the plan. So we of course answered no to that question. But like I said, things happened, life happened, opportunities came up, and that's how we found ourselves in Quebec. But this was before we had asked questions and made sure that it wasn't a problem, that we weren't jeopardizing our permanent residency or anything going against the law. And when we found out that it was completely okay, we moved to Quebec. And may I start by interesting you that I'm from Nigeria. The Nigerian community in Gatineau, it's growing. Like, I can't even say. It makes me so happy when I see Nigerians, when I come across Nigerians. We even have a group on WhatsApp of Nigerians in Gatineau, and it's beautiful. We have the best gatherings and occasions. Anyway, I'll get to all that in a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is Gatineau. So like I said, Gatineau is just a small city that shares a border with Ottawa, and Ottawa is in Ontario. And the border isn't even a lot, it's just demarcated by a huge mass of water. So the border is water. So when you're going into Ottawa, for instance, you're on the bridge driving into Ottawa, you'll see a sign that says welcome to Ontario. And when you're heading back into Gatineau, you see a sign that says welcome to Quebec. So that's literally just the difference. So Gatineau is a beautiful city. It's small. It's the people are friendly, the environment is serene, there's so much. It's kind of like an old city, but it's not an old city. It's a beautiful place to raise children. So I live in a place called Aylmer, and Aylmer is like the francophone part of Quebec. Yeah, a lot of people, like majority of people, still speak French in Aylmer, but you can't walk into a store and speak English to someone and the person is looking at you like, yeah. So a lot of times I experience occasions where I go to the hospital, for instance, or I'm at a pharmacy, and of course the attendant starts to speak to me in French, and I'm like, I'm sorry, English. I don't even say pas anglais. Okay, scratch that. I don't even say, oh sorry, I don't speak French. In French, I literally just say I don't speak French, and the person immediately switches to English. So that's how cool it is. You know, if I speak no French at all. My husband speaks a little French, he understands some French as well, but I have no language in me. I only speak my English and Igbo language, and that is it for me. So recently I started picking up a little bit of French here and there, due to my daughter goes to a fully unilingual French daycare. So sometimes you get communications in French. You have to, you know, say some things to the daycare provider, and her English is not so great. So sometimes you just have to, you know, cut it and join it here and there. So that's it for Gatineau. There are a lot of fun things to do in Gatineau. It doesn't even feel like you're living in a French city, really, because my neighbors speak English. You know, you say good morning to them in the morning and you get the response, good morning, how are you? That's how cool it is. And you know, trying to settle down was never a worry. I had my baby in Gatineau 5 months after coming into Canada, and it was not a problem at all. My doctors were French, my nurses were French, all the assistants that helped during the birth, during the time I was giving birth, were all French speakers, but they accommodated me and they were all speaking in English, and it was so cool. I never felt out of place. I never wondered what they were saying all through the time. Even when they were not addressing me particularly, they were still speaking in English. That's how courteous they are. So that's it for Gatineau. So another thing I'm going to talk about, sorry, I have a little note on the side, so I'm just going to be picking as usual. So another thing I'm going to be talking about today is healthcare. So when you come into Gatineau, you get your healthcare, you fill out some documents online. It's a portal called RAMQ, RAMQ, and you fill out your details and everything, and you're issued your health card, the temporary one. And if you stay after 3 months of settling down in Quebec, they send you an update to confirm if you still live in Quebec, and if you do, they send you a permanent health card. It's a very easy process. It's automated and done online. All you need to do is put in your postal code and your address, and once the health card is ready, it's mailed to your address. It's smooth, and for every time that I've needed to go to the hospital, all I do is call on the phone and I get an appointment. I go in and see my doctor. Same thing for my husband, same for my kid. When my daughter needed to take her vaccines for her vaccinations, yeah, all we did was call on the phone. Sometimes they were even the ones, I remember when she was about 12 months, they were the ones that called to say, your daughter is due for her vaccination, would you like to come in? And they gave me an appointment, which is really cool. So being English in a French speaking city has never been a problem. It's been, you know, smooth and straightforward. The next thing I'm going to talk about is finding a job. So as a fully unilingual person, I only speak English. You would wonder, how do you find a job? Well, the great thing is that Ottawa, like I said, is just a few minutes away, so you can easily work in Ottawa while living in Gatineau. So you work in Ontario, you live in Quebec. That is very easy because it's very short distance, and it's a norm because, like I said, a lot of English speakers live in Quebec. A lot of Quebecois, like they are called, would also prefer to work in English, like to do an English job. So they take jobs in Ontario, in Ottawa. And then there are some other people who are bilingual, like I have Nigerian friends who are bilingual and they work here in Quebec. To work in Quebec, you have to be at least bilingual because a lot of their services are in French. We are English speakers are accommodated, but like I said, vastly French speakers. So you can take a job in Ottawa, which is an English job, and you're fine. Some people also go to Ottawa and they take up bilingual jobs. So you're working in Ottawa, which is like Ottawa is the capital. That's the capital of Canada. So it's kind of also bilingual, a bilingual city. So it makes it very easy to transition between both provinces, or would I say both cities. So yeah, a lot of people are also very averse to settling down in Quebec because they say, oh, you pay the federal tax, you pay Quebec tax. Well, that's true, but the perks are there because, for one, food is cheaper in Quebec than it is in Ottawa. Housing is cheaper in Quebec than it is in Ottawa. If you want to rent, you can get a 2-bedroom apartment for $1,000 or $1,200. A very nice, spacious, even sometimes furnished apartments. You can't get that in Ottawa. You have to think about at least $1,500 to $1,700 or even more in Ottawa. If you want to buy a house, you can buy a semi-detached house in Gatineau for, say, $500,000. You can only get that. With that amount, you can be thinking of a condo in Ottawa. So that's a huge difference. Childcare in Quebec is subsidized. In Quebec, childcare for the daycare is, if you get a subsidized daycare, all daycares are subsidized, but some of them you pay the subsidized amount upfront, and some others the government refunds you the subsidized difference during tax filing. And if you get a subsidized daycare, it's $8.70 a day. In Ottawa, for instance, that's about $20 to $25 a day. Huge difference. And also at the time of tax filing, yes, you file so if you're working in Ottawa, your job deducts the federal tax at the time of paying you, and then you file when you're filing your tax during tax season, you pay the Quebec tax. So depending on your income, sometimes you still get tax refunds, and these tax refunds, depending on your income, your family income, may also not be like cover up for the much that you've paid in the tax for Quebec. So really, when you're looking at all the perks that you gain from, living in Gatineau in Quebec as against living in Ottawa in Ontario, you see that you're saving a lot, and the difference is massive. Next, we're going to be talking about settling in. So when we moved to Quebec in the beginning, we rented a 2-bedroom apartment. It was just my husband and I, and we're staying there. This 2-bedroom apartment was quite spacious. The kitchen was detached from the living room, and we were paying $1,000 all inclusive. When I say all inclusive, our utilities were included in the rent. We pay our rent $1,000 at the end of the month, and the landlord takes care of every other thing. And when I tell you landlord takes care of every other thing, my people, Bob would die, my husband will call the landlord. Alarm will go off, my husband will call the landlord. Like the landlord, and then he never complained. He was never so fussy about it. He was always gracious and prompt, and he would come around, fix what we needed to be fixed, tell us about how to manage going forward, and it was pleasant. And we lived there for a year and 4 months until we bought our own house. Yeah, so we decided to, buy in Gatineau because we checked for the kind of house we were looking for. The amounts we were seeing for those houses in Gatineau were nowhere comparable to the amount that we're seeing for the same type of houses in Ottawa. It was crazy. The difference was alarming. Like, how? This is just a city that's just a few minutes away from it. It's not even up to 30 minutes. Like, the farthest part of Ottawa is like, okay, let's say 35 minutes away. And so you will see the price range of the same kind of houses is almost times 2. So it was a no-brainer, of course, when we, decided to settle down and buy a house. We decided that, okay, we're going to do that in Gatineau. I'm going to talk about a lot more about, qualifying for a mortgage, how we went about our house searching, how we eventually found a house, moving in, and all that in another video. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about today is being Anglophone in a Francophone city. A lot of people, well, I've seen a lot of people, bear with me, people would say the French people are snobbish, they're racists, and all that. Well, I haven't experienced any form of racism at all, not even for one day. Like, every day I'm still like, okay, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? It has not happened. Like, people I've come across here are so nice, especially the elderly ones, and the younger ones are still okay. They like to mind their business and do their thing. The older ones want to get in your business. When they see you, they start to smile. They want to say hi. They want to touch your hair. They want to, play with your baby, talk to her and all that. But they're always nice. I haven't seen anyone, giving me a side look or a double look or wondering what I'm all about. No, they're all always pleasant, whether in the grocery store, at the hospital, at the bus station, wherever I come across them. I don't have one complaint whatsoever. So guys, because I do not want this video to be too long, I'm going to be stopping this getting to know my city series part 1 here, and I'm going to talk more about a lot of things that happen in Gatineau, fun things you can do in Gatineau, how you can recreate, how you can, fun things you can do, places you can go to. I will also be taking the time to talk about insurance, car insurance, house insurance. I will also be talking about utilities, and I will also be talking about food and Gatineau in general. So if you like what you see, please do not forget to leave questions in the comment section, because I'm going to be taking Q&As afterwards. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, smash it if you like, subscribe, share, and tell me if you like this type of content, and I will definitely bring you more. See you in the next one. Bye guys.